Well, good morning, or I guess I should say good afternoon, depending on where you are in the country. I'm really honored and delighted to be with all of you this morning. It's been a crazy time for all of us in our lives, and I know that a lot of all of this comes with unfamiliarity, uncertainty, and for sure confusion. And I hope that today, right now, for this hour together, I can address and answer any questions, any direction I can certainly provide you. I just want to say that we are so excited about more than ever August 17th, 18th, and 19th, David Tutera Experience, of course, which all of you, I hope to see your amazing faces and your energy and your presence. We all need this more than we thought we were going to need it today. In fact, yes, today is the moment we would have been speaking with you and learning and listening, and nothing about that changes. But a lot's happened over the past several weeks, and I think we all know that we are not quite sure what tomorrow will bring. Um, the one thing I can share with you is that we must remain in control of ourselves, in the essence that we must remain in control of what our destiny will be for tomorrow. We don't know what the outcome of our world will be in the essence of health, but it will get better and we will be stronger. And the most important thing is that we are paying attention to what perhaps might be a moment in time that we can learn from ourselves. And I've been through catastrophes. I've been through moments in time where my business has been jeopardized and I've lost a lot of money. And I've had two options. I lived through 9/11, 14 blocks away, and the world seemed to have come to a halt. At least New York City did, and the world really suffered for us while we were there. But we had to find a way to move forward, and that was an isolated experience. And then in 2007 and 2008, we're never prepared for these moments, which was the recession, and my business collapsed at that point. Literally had no business whatsoever. And I had to take the time to understand what was needed to do. So, what can you do? What can you do for yourself, which is important, right? What can you do for your business, which obviously supports who you are and your families, of course, your children and your partner. But this might be that moment where you redefine what you do and how you will do it next and how you will stand out from, as I've always said, the oversaturated industry of the special events. We're taking this moment right now, myself and Joey, to understand what we may have done wrong in business, how we can do something better, and how we can come up with something that doesn't exist. This is that moment where you can stand out when this all settles. And you can be stronger and you can understand your clients differently. You can represent yourself with perhaps a new direction. It's not rebranding. And I want to be really clear about that. Rebranding is something that is not what we need to do right now. What we need to do is show our sensitivity, our emotion, our personality, the uniqueness, what makes us different. And that's hard to do. I mean, we need to overcome, I guess, literally where we are right now. How many of you are sitting in your pajamas? How many of you haven't left the house? We haven't left the house in, what's it, 15 days?
Yeah.
15, 16, and Joey's sitting right next to us, next to me, and the girls are in the other room, and we're living our life as you all are, working from our homes. It's tough. And you have to find a way to understand how to dissect your business, to look at the things you may think would have not been relevant perhaps 4 weeks ago, but today will be relevant. One thing that's not going to go away, what's the one thing that's not going to go away? The one thing that's not going to go away are celebrations. Now, people may not be having a massive wedding tomorrow. They will be having one very soon. But the one thing I have learned in my career of 30-something plus years is that celebrations remain in people's lives. They're a necessity. They're an important emotion that people need to come together to feel connected, just as we are not being able to do right now in life. We are all disconnected. So think about that. Think about, how do you figure out to celebrate the smallest moments for yourself, of course, but also for and with potential clients?
Hi.
Everyone knows Joey. Don't forget the chat button on the bottom so you can ask us questions, or ask me questions, please. It's all about what we're doing. We meet every day. We talk about it every day. We don't become overwhelmed with it.
I think that it's about coming up with a plan. It's what you
Correct.
started off with. We've looked at our business, what we've liked, what we haven't, and we're taking this time to do business planning for 2020 and 2021 and beyond, to understand what's possible, to remember and keep reminding ourselves that celebrations are never going to go away. Our clients are going to have different concerns possibly now, especially in the near term, as we start to come back around. But what are the things that we can do right now to stay connected to them, to stay connected to future clients, to also just stay connected to our community and to our families? And I think that's this big lesson right now, is the connection and the need for connection and real connection. And so that's what each and every one of us can do across the country and from around the world, is your leaders in your community, because
Correct.
people come to your events, the events that you create for your clients. So you have this unique position, and this industry has this unique position, that we get to be the one that reminds people that we can come out of this, we will come out of this, and to stay together.
I gotta ask a question. I mean, I can't. It's hard when you can't see anybody, but how are you all doing? Personally, professionally, what are some of the emotions you're feeling? I mean, after being in the house, we've been in the house. We've self-quarantined now for 15, 16 days, and I think it was 2 days ago I started to have my first moment of anxiety, just feeling like it was just, the four of us, or the six of us, two dogs, two little kids, and my husband and myself. But how are you all feeling? What is it that you need? What is it that will help support you to get through this? I'd be really curious to know how I can answer those questions. Because that is, I think, what hurts the most for us, is that, we are, I think we are mostly type A personalities, and we are all people in a business that we strive to be perfectionists. We strive for the communication. We strive for the, wanting to speak to our vendors and see our vendors, and we're physical people that want to touch, see, and feel things. And now we're contained into almost a box. And we don't want to lose that creativity. We also don't want to lose that compassion and that emotion and excitement and all of what we love to do. So I just want to make sure that no one is like looking at this moment in time to bail out of their industry or this industry, or, put their career on hold. Again, this is a moment where you need to rebound. You need to understand what may be this new venture for you, and how to literally allow yourselves to grow.
Well, and I think that's what we're talking about, like with this rebound piece. Why did you get into this business? Who helped get into this business? For the most part, it's your families, your support systems have helped you to get into this business, or this is a family business that you've taken over. But sometimes we've gotten so far away from our family because we've gotten so busy in this business that we got disconnected from them. Use this time to figure out, how do you stay reconnected to them? How do you stay connected to your other people, your other support systems?
I want to do something for those of you that are with me and Joey today. I think there's two sets of people here. There's new attendees, and there's also alumni. And I think it might be fun just to together for just a throwback in time from a year ago. Let's just show them something that we all fell in love with.
Yeah, I think we put
It's
this
what
in
connected
here.
that. It's what made us connected.
We put this in here because we create memories, so that we can go back when we are in times maybe a little sad or down or not knowing what we're doing, and reconnect with those memories, those good emotions and feelings, and take them back in and then carry them forward.
Yeah.
And shake ourselves off. So enjoy this.
Just watch. Surround yourself with people that believe you're great. Hi guys. Did not expect that.
That was Lisa's same reaction. Sorry, Lisa, calling you out.
Sorry. My intention was not to make people cry or myself cry. I think we need, that's the connection and that's the stuff that we are all going through, and I just wanted to show how that's how we met some people. I wrote something last night that that has to be really looked at, and that is, let's not look at this as celebrations. Let's look at this as a new term that I think may help us and our clients, and that is calling them life's moments. I think celebration might be just a little bit insensitive right now. And if we refer to what we do as we create life's moments, I think that makes us, it makes us feel like we're doing something that's needed. You know, we're a business, really, if you think about it, an industry that takes a lot of time to put together these, I'll call it again, celebrations right now. And it's, it costs a lot of money for clients. And, you know, budgets for clients are sort of interesting because a budget of $10,000 or $5,000 for one particular person could be a very large amount of money. And it's all relative to who and who's spending what and the affordability that they have. They could be spending $100,000. Or in fact more. But the point of this is right now not about the money. It's for us, of course, for businesses, we have to stay alive with the money, but we have to come across with such a sensitive approach. I always, if anyone's seen me speak, we have to always use all the words I always talk about. Being connected, listening, being present. Those are very simple words that I don't toss around lightly. I say them because the words that we need to use even more now today than we ever would have had to have used in the past. And if you're, you know, dealing with a client now that's canceled, check in on them. See if they're doing okay. Show them that you've got a human connection to them that's not just about collecting a check. we had,
Well, and I think that's
yeah,
even if they cancel on you and they maybe cancel abruptly and not in the nicest ways because they were scared or whatever of what was going on right now, try to step back if you did take that personally when they did cancel and just reconnect with them as a human and as, you know, somebody that does legitimately care because you were going to put on this amazing event for them.
well,
And you still
let's,
can because there's a reason. And
yeah,
I think that's your story
yeah,
here.
because we decided to have whatever celebration in life in the future. We held that deposit, that 50%, and said, here, you can use this in the future. Fast forward, many fast forward months, they recalled us back up, and the wedding of the same couple by the parents was put back into place. But here's the great thing, is because we stayed connected. We checked in on them. Are you okay? How are things going? Just a hello. Don't talk about the postponed wedding. Went really great for allowing them to have that space to breathe, to be able to continue the possibilities of a party.
And here are the simple things that happened during that cancellation period was our vendors we can't control. They got their payments and we respect that because it's their business. They put dates on hold, so we can't ask them to refund to our client their money. We just said this wedding's, you know, canceled. When we reached back out to the vendors, we reached back out to the same vendors and said, our client, they're back. We have a new date. Can you be part of it? 90% of the vendors, all except for one, were able to come back. Of those 90%, half the vendors gave a 50% towards the new fee. And then one of the vendors just did what we did and just rolled their whole initial deposit into the new one. So it's about keeping those relationships too. But the thing that happened with the client, he was a wreck when we were talking to them during the cancellation and after the cancellation. I felt so bad for him just hearing his voice. I sent just a simple flower arrangement, just that thought and the note that went with it, because I heard it in his voice, in my client's voice, and I acknowledged that, and I did something from my heart to theirs, and it makes a difference. Well, so remember that now, remember that going forward. Of you should have a heart. You all do have a heart. That's why you're here. That's why you're part of us. That's why you're in this business. And use it. Don't be scared of using it. There are bad people out there. There are bad clients and clients we never want to touch again. But don't let them define how you operate going forward.
You know, there's that connection where we were talking the other day, everyone. This was a perfect example. Linda Mitchell, who you all work with, who handles travel, and a good friend of ours.
Linda.
Hi, Linda. Linda is doing something right now, which I think is it's a brilliant, simple thing, time consuming, but again, we have time right now. She's writing handwritten notes to all of her clients. Remember, she's in the travel business, and you know she's having to defer so much because obviously, A, you can't travel, and B, those people that had trips traveling for events or for, you know, personal vacations, she's working on all that. But handwritten notes, which I still do, it's really like you did with the flowers. It's a great, just another simple way of connecting. Take the time and use it wisely right now, and use it where you make reconnects, and then you build these relationships. And I think that's what's really important.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It is all about relationships at the end.
I woke up this morning a little nervous and to talk to all of you because I don't want to weigh so heavily on where we are today in life. But what I do want to talk about is it's ironic that today would have been the first day. Well, we picked it on purpose, but it's ironic that the messaging of the last night's opening first night party, which I'm still not telling anybody what it is going to be so much more powerful, meaningful. It was sort of like how did I figure that out? It's like I almost knew that we were going to have to wait. So I'm really excited to see each and every single one of you. Are there any questions?
Yeah, now we have questions.
Okay, let me get my glasses on. I'm going to I'll read them out. What happens if the situation extends till August? I would assume that's referring to DTE.
Well, hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, we'll regroup again and come up with a new date and a new plan. But our hope is that we really will be able to move forward and be with each other in August, and hopefully all this staying in place and self-quarantining does the trick and works, and they figure out what is going on and how to overcome this virus and stop its spread.
Katie, Katie's looking on, it says private. Can I read that?
I feel for my couples in April, May, and June. Everyone has been awesome about it, though our local wedding vendors have been great. We've been working with them. Struggling just for the unknown of how to keep going and getting back to normal. I think, yes, there are events planned in April, May, June, July, and our event, obviously, DT, back in August. I think that you keep that regular communication with your client. You have your contingency plans that you should talk through with them of what would be alternate dates to look at, whether that's in the fall or pushing it further. And you just stay connected. You can't go silent and then a week prior, once we hear this, all clear, then call them and say, all right, I'm ready for your party next week.
No, there's a set that we talked about that nonstop, is that we need to leave room and space between today and when that all clear happens, that we're not pouncing on our clients or, and trying to make the money that we potentially have lost. Ari wrote, my clients are worried about getting wedding insurance. Do you have any tips on how that now is given in the situation? How have you been handling that question?
I think that's one of the things that we're going to really see as one of the changes, at least the near-term changes as things get back to normal and pick back up, are that people are going to want wedding insurance or some kind of contingency plan in their contract or cancellation clauses in their contract. And so it's going to be all about how you talk through that with them. I wouldn't get into the point of being their insurance broker or agent. I would point them in the direction to where they should look if they are wanting wedding insurance or
wedding insurance and event insurance is very specific on the project, because you are either going to get them insured for if there's a natural disaster, or in a situation like this isn't, I don't know even if it's even been thought through in insurance policies. We'd have to look into it, but I do think clients should be shared that information. As planners, we should do that. And I think this is a good topic for us to talk about, side note, separately, so we can get some contractual information for you, insurance information for you, and have just a separate video conference with you all, so we all can provide a lot of solid information, because I do think contracts will need to change. I think it has to be changed for the purposes of insurance, purposes of deposits, purposes of, how much time can be left to slide by until the next rescheduled event might be. This is a great topic to really create as a segment.
Yeah. I think one of the great things to see here in our comment section, in this chat section, is everyone's choice of choosing to stay positive and not going towards the negative.
Read Gail. I love Gail.
Gail, I am refusing to go toward the negative. I feel that being negative becomes as much as a virus and can spread just as fast as COVID. Absolutely, Gail.
Yeah,
we love you.
But that's Gail. We know you from having been an alumni, and that is your personality. Seeing the positive of life, and we all need to do that. It's so easy to blame everything around us when we can take the time that is given to us right now. I mean, listen, we're spending time with our children more than we've ever have spent, although we've always spent a lot of time with them. And we're doing projects around the house, and we're doing business projects, and Joey and I are going to take a meeting tonight and talk about work and talk about things that we're always rushing to get done, and never having a solid direction on every single thing.
I think Joy has, a question too here of I'm afraid to keep marketing and feel the need to hold on to my business money due to uncertainties. Should I continue with marketing? Personally, I'm enjoying the time home with my family. I feel like I should be doing more in my business, not sure what I should be doing. I think on that question, when you look at the money aspect of the marketing, right now is the best time that you could probably do this personal marketing. It's the relationships. So yeah, take that money that you would spend on whether it was, I don't know where your marketing money goes, whether it's Facebook ads or magazines or something like that. Use it differently. Don't use the money. Use your time as money in what you can do to build connections. But also do enjoy this time with your family and figure out when you move forward in your business, and that's part of that business planning, how can you find more of that balance between work and life balance so that your family can be more integrated into your daily.
Without driving yourself crazy.
Yeah.
Lindsay. Yeah, Lindsay is feeling overwhelmed. I just lost it. Where did Lindsay go? It's okay. There she is. She's just feeling anxiety, which I understand. And I think you need to just get out and breathe and just try to think about what makes you excited, whether it be your kids, your partner, your business, the sky, the great weather that we can't do much in other than be in our backyard.
But if it's great weather, if it's bad weather,
True.
If you're somewhere and the skies are gray today and that's making you feel more down, try to look at the gray sky and reshift that and find some beauty in the gray sky. Wear those rosy colored glasses because you do need them.
What I'd like people to do right now is also, guys, if you will, I know you all communicate on our Facebook page, but a group of you set up like 4 or 5 or 6 of you, and whether it be local to where you are or just the ones that you've connected to, and have some video conferences amongst yourselves, and even if it's just to laugh and to talk about silly stories, and don't hibernate and don't get yourself stuck into a rut and feel like this is where the anxiety and the stress and the worry and the concern, and now let's take this time to shift it into the positivity and to learn how to list. We can redo this again and maybe make a list of 3 things in business and 3 things personal. So if you list 3 things that you have not done in your career, in your business, that you need to accomplish or wish to accomplish, make that list in the order of 1 to 3 of what's first and second and third, and 3 things in your personal life that you've always said you wanted to do but haven't had a chance to do. And I think that's a great lesson. It's even for myself. I'm going to do this. And we all regroup and we chat about this, and we understand that number 1 on both sides might be the impossible, but nothing should be impossible because we are the ones that can control the dynamic of it. I want to know what your list will be for 3 for personal and 3 for, not right now, but 3 personal and 3 for business, and I'll do the same.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I think, Bonnie, I saw your question. I just lost it, but the main gist of it was feeling bad for clients that are following the CDC's guidelines, following the mandates, and having to cancel or postpone events, and that the vendors aren't cooperating back with them. They're getting chastised essentially, and being stuck with the bill. I think that our job right now in those cases with those clients where they might have a vendor that isn't going to refund something, they say, tough, sorry, I'm going to keep the money. Talk with that client, be there for them for the replanning or rescheduling when the time is right, continue to have the communication with them, and then you do reach back out to that vendor after the fact and stay in contact with that vendor.
So Bonnie's vendors are not the vendor.
There might have been a vendor that
is not cooperating.
And there are going to be some, yeah.
Yeah,
I actually had a chat that I was doing with the former alumni about that same thing, where half her vendors gave the client back money, half didn't. And she was asking me about her fee and what she needs to give back and where she's at. And it's,
I don't think that we should be in a position to be giving back money. I think that we should be in a position to be able to, like I said earlier, is to pay forward that deposit. Or if there's a vendor, for example, as a planner, as planners, if you have a client that's event was canceled, not because they canceled it, but because of the scenario we are all in right now, there needs to be some strong dialogue with vendors. And if they're saying, I'm keeping the money and not supporting when the actual new event is rescheduled, I mean, I'll tell you right now, I would never use that vendor again. I'm not saying it's going to fix the situation for that particular client, but that they would be off my list permanently. That's insensitive.
yeah,
It
it's
is. I'm
that
sorry.
you can still work with them. So, let's see. This one. How does one get out of the feeling of being in a rut, being lonely, being separated from the ones we love, and still being motivated to get up and tackle the days ahead?
Um, I was just talking to someone about this also. Is that if you're home alone throughout this for such a long period of time, it's, I'm sure, much more difficult than if you've got someone around you that you can speak with. Make your lists. Find things that you know that you needed to accomplish. Start to do art. Make phone calls to people that you've not spoken to. Reconnect with people that you may have let slide away out of your life, or got into an argument with, and maybe this is the time to rekindle. I heard yesterday from two people that I haven't heard from in I don't even know how many years. I didn't even know they actually had my cell phone number anymore. And it meant a lot. So go through that list and try to recreate or reconnect with people that may have meant something to you in the past. And this is a time to let moments that may have caused negativity between you to just fade away. And this is like a restart. I think it's like a restart button.
It is.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
It's like a restart button where we get a chance to give people a free pass. I mean, I know I would like people to give me a free pass at points in my life. So let's give this a chance for people to go restart relationships, restart memories, restart business, restart your life, restart your relationship, restart your personal.
And I think that one of the things, though, not or getting out of the rut that you might have fallen into, or not falling into a rut, is you have to get up. Get off the couch. Don't fall into the trap of watching Netflix 24/7 and binge watching it. Get up, move, walk around your neighborhood, keep your social distance, and just see that this will come out of this. We absolutely will. And know that there are a lot of opportunities and possibilities ahead. Know that as many of these vendors that might not want to cooperate right now, there are probably more of them that actually are. So try not to get too stuck or too stereotypical to say, well, all vendors are doing this. It probably is, there are some, and there always will be some. But then to David's point, you just are able then to use this as a vetting process too of, I'm not going to use this vendor next time.
This is a great question here. Or did you just address that?
I just addressed that.
Okay. Diana is asking, where'd it go? It just popped. What do you think what the clients will be asking for after this emergency is over? Priorities will change. What should we focus on?
I made a list of that yesterday.
What's it?
I said that's what we were talking about yesterday, last night.
I think that question is a question that goes for us professionally and personally. When this is all over, will our priorities change? I don't think. Here's the thing. I'll speak for myself. This isn't going to make me different. It's not going to change the passion I have for what I love to do. If anything, I think it's actually going to reignite a lot of what sometimes becomes mundane and overwhelming that we've already been through. If you think about where we are right now, right? where were we when we all first met, maybe last year, or where were we 6 months ago? I could tell you where I was, complaining that I had too much work, not enough time, felt I had anxiety because I couldn't get the jobs done as well as I wished to. And then all of a sudden we're forced against a wall, is what we feel. But if you turn yourself around and don't face the wall and look out, you realize, well, wait a minute. This is a chance for us to not have that anxiety. Now we have a different anxiety. We have a different anxiety of feeling trapped and stuck and not sure what tomorrow will bring. So this is where we can create it. You create your journey. You create your next steps. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, but we certainly can have a positive approach to it. And
we know that tomorrow will come. We know that the sun is going to come up tomorrow. We know that we're going to get through this. And I think one of the things that you can learn here during this time too is back to that whole work-life balance comment and how to manage kids, how to manage time with your family, how to manage time with your business. Use this time now to figure out what really works for you. You know, that's what we're trying to do here at home, where we do have our two little ones. You know, we're figuring out how to do things around whether it's Gracie's nap when we can do things together, or we're figuring out that I'm working from this time to this time, David's working from this time to this time, and whoever's not working is with our kids. Or that we also have what we've always had of this when we're sitting down to have dinner together. And that's something that will continue, that we continue.
Oh, I wanted to say hi to Jeff. I'm going to do a shout out for Jeff. Jeff, I think you're probably still on. First of all, you have been, I mean, I'm going to just give compliments where it needs to be shared. He has been so accountable for his life since we met him.
Yes, he has.
Right? Was it last year?
He checked in every single month.
Every month.
We got our accountability check, our email, our update of what was going on, questions of where things were at. I'm
proud of you, Jeff. I really am. I think
really,
that
really cool.
you haven't failed once on your monthly updates, and we're real excited to get that surprise that your daughter is doing for us, which will be beautiful. So we just want to thank Jeff for, you know, being a true positive, connected, which I'll overuse that word, human being, not just with us, but I think with his community, because he's done that with all of you guys.
No being extra sad that you have to wait till August. No.
Who said that?
No, I saw that in here. It's going away. Someone said that. Don't be extra sad about that. We're going to be together in August. It's going to be even more amazing. So embrace
I can't wait for August.
I want to hit on one thing real quick, because we were talking about what's going to change as we come out of this. And I think there are a couple of good things that are going to change. One, it is how we communicate with clients. I think that we're going to be able to communicate with clients in a whole host of new ways that we haven't in the past, and the importance of that communication is going to be huge. I think that we're going to come out with a stronger, reevaluated sense of our businesses and our priorities of prioritizing our health, prioritizing our family, prioritizing our time and the value of our time, and then prioritizing the relationships that we build with our clients, because our clients are our best marketing source at the end of the day. And you know, instead of spending money on ads and Facebook posts and whatever else it might be, spend the time and the energy in building great relationships with your clients that are going to refer new clients to you, that are going to come back for their next life events, for their life celebrations, for their life moments to celebrate, and really being able to be there for them and show that you are that ambassador of it. So I think that when we come out of this and you're creating these events and these celebrations, that remember how special and important is what you do. Use that as your motivation right now to get there.
And by the way, I actually brushed my hair today. I just wanted to tell everybody.
I brushed my hair too, but it doesn't matter because I haven't had a haircut in a couple months. I was supposed to get one before DTE in March. I was growing it out purposely, so it'd be cut nicely, but you know.
We have to be honest. Sometimes I think we can just sort of hide behind the doors in our homes now because no one has to look at us. So this morning I woke up like, I gotta get ready. I don't look good for everybody for the DTE.
But here's the thing that we have done too, because there have been the days where we've stayed in robes or pajamas all day, and we've got called out on social media for that. And so we have made the conscious choice as we go to bed at night. All right, tomorrow morning we're gonna get up. Everyone has to take a shower. Everyone's gonna sit down. We're gonna have breakfast together. Then we're hopping in the car. We're just gonna go for a drive. We'll stay in the car, and we go for the 45-minute or hour drive, and we come home. But we're dressed, showered.
You have to feel like you're functioning. I think that's really
I'm not shaving my
important.
beard.
Oh, you know what I
Shave
want to show you guys? I want to show you some of you. I think is that Joy who was
Yep,
a part?
Joy-
So
Joy
Joy helped us
there.
on this project.
Luba was there.
Luba was there. Lisa was there. There's obviously people that are new, soon to be alumni and alumni. But this was the wedding that we passed forward the deposit that got canceled and just happened, and we want to show you. It's just 60 seconds how it actually looked.
It was amazing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri agafen. Blessed are you, Adonai, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine. As you smash this glass, we all pray that however many pieces the glass will break into, so may Karen and Eric's happiness be multiplied. Mazel tov! And always remember that the relationship is the most important part of life itself.
Well, thank you, Rabbi, for ending that with the most important comment of the day.
Yeah.
It is the relationship.
Let's go back to the question for it. Yeah. We'd love to do this again with you. We'd love to be able to have you guys send us anything specific on a topic that you'd like to get into. I think contracts and insurance and items like that, I think, are crucial right now to understand how to move forward. But I think the biggest thing to take away from today is, as I had said earlier, celebrations will never go away. I can promise you that. I've been through a lot. It's been 30 plus years, and every single human being, it's in their DNA, wants to feel joy, they want to celebrate, and they want to create memories. So we can still be a memory maker. We can still be someone that provides those emotions and those moments. But I do believe that it's currently right now life's moments. We need to create life moments. And we now more than ever are an industry that's needed. If we can go forward, and we will, and remind ourselves that people will need us more to experience happiness more, to rekindle, to reignite, and to just know that there is a big life out there where we can all create incredible, incredible life moments.
And I think so when you interact with your clients, you're working from home, if you have a crazy background that they don't understand, it's okay. Your clients, be there and be present for your clients, but understand that you still have your life going on. And it's okay. So if your clients are taking out frustrations on you, balance it, set boundaries. But also try to understand what's really coming at you and what's about something that's totally not you. If you're there for your clients, if you're providing your clients with what they need, if you're going above and beyond, if you're staying in connection with them and keeping that relationship with them, their frustrations aren't about you. Their frustrations are about the external circumstances and everything else. And so try not to take that personal.
Because remember, I always say that we take on these clients and we start these businesses going in as planners or designers, and I think we always realize that we are planners, designers, therapists, mediators,
We actually have a great-
best friend. I know we can't tell them.
No, we shouldn't. No.
'cause
You'll
it's
get it in August.
Yeah. We have a lot of stuff in August. And we carry that responsibility and juggle all these hats. But at the end of the day, we have to still take care of ourselves. So if everyone just can promise that you'll stay safe, you'll take care of yourselves, you'll remain as positive as you can, even though there'll be moments that will be challenging, because you're all worthy of being in this business and you're all passionate enough to be present with us today. And we are excited about everything that lies ahead for each of you. And we'll schedule another one of these times together sooner than later, because I think it helps. I know it helped me.
Yeah. Share your feedback with us. There will be a little survey at the end.
Thanks, guys. Remember, life moments.
Take care.
Bye.